One of these ways is so simple it's already in your kitchen. Another takes just 2 minutes a day and can completely change blood flow to your prostate. If you've ever felt invisible, broken, or like your best years are behind you, this may be the moment everything changes. After 60, most men notice a sudden drop in ejaculatory volume. The penis doesn't respond the same, erections feel weaker, and even masturbation can leave you staring at yourself, wondering if something inside has quietly shut down. You're not imagining it. Studies from the NIH confirm that semen volume and force decline significantly after your sixth decade. But here's the truth that almost no one tells you. There are 5 effective ways for older men to increase ejaculatory volume, naturally without pills, without shame, and without surrendering your masculinity. Have you noticed changes in your penis, your erections, or your ejaculatory volume after 60? Drop a comment below with the words after 60, so every man watching knows he's not alone. When you share, it helps build a community where men finally speak openly about the struggles most of us were told to hide. It also tells YouTube that men's health matters and deserves to be heard. And if you want more natural, shame-free solutions about erections, masturbation, and prostate health, make sure you hit subscribe right now. John was 67, ex-military, disciplined, a proud father of 3. He had built his whole life on strength, routine, and control. But in the quiet moments behind closed doors, he noticed something he couldn't ignore. His ejaculatory volume was shrinking. Erections still came, but the release felt empty, almost hollow, as if his body was betraying him. He told himself it was just age, another part of getting older, but deep down, he feared it meant the end of intimacy, the end of feeling like a man. One day he sat across from me and said, "Doc, I don't feel like a man anymore. Even masturbation doesn't feel satisfying. What's wrong with me?" His voice cracked, not from weakness, but from years of carrying silence. I'm Dr. Catherine Rotker, a men's health specialist who's walked this road with thousands of men, and I told John what I'll tell you now. The greatest myth men over 60 believe is that lower ejaculatory volume is just the price of aging, that it's inevitable, unchangeable, something to accept quietly. That myth is crushing men's confidence, stealing their marriages, and leaving them ashamed of their own penis health. The truth is different. Ejaculatory volume is not just about age. It's directly tied to your prostate health, your hydration levels, the function of your seminal vesicles, and the circulation that feeds blood and oxygen to those tissues. NIH research shows that men over 60 experience measurable declines in semen parameters, volume, count, and force, not only because of age, but because of lifestyle and vascular health. Harvard studies confirm that factors like chronic dehydration, zinc deficiency, and poor circulation can lower semen output by as much as 30%. When John heard that, he leaned forward. "So this isn't just me getting old?" Number. It wasn't. It was his body telling him that something needed attention. Erections, orgasm, and ejaculatory volume are all signals of deeper health. They reflect whether your prostate is inflamed or strong, whether your seminal vesicles are nourished, whether your circulation is keeping up with your needs. And this is where men suffer most, not in their penis, not in their erections, but in their silence. Too many of you sit alone, feeling broken, thinking no one else understands. But silence is the real killer. It keeps you from learning that masturbation feeling weaker is not just age. It keeps you from hearing that your body can be restored. John left my office that day with a different look in his eyes. He realized he wasn't broken, he wasn't finished, and neither are you. Science shows that ejaculatory volume can be improved naturally if you know what to target. You just need to stop believing the myth and start facing the truth. There's an enemy working against you every single day, and most men over 60 don't even know it exists. It isn't something you can see in the mirror, and it doesn't scream for attention. It works in silence, buried deep inside your blood vessels and prostate. The name is endothelial dysfunction, coupled with prostate stagnation. Together, they quietly strip away the very things that make you feel alive as a man. Your erections, your release, your ejaculatory volume. Here's how it happens. Your endothelial cells are meant to release nitric oxide a chemical signal that opens blood vessels and allows healthy flow. By the time you pass 60, the Mayo Clinic reports that nitric oxide production naturally declines, leaving your circulation weaker. That means less blood feeding your penis, less oxygen nourishing your prostate, and less fluid produced by your seminal vesicles. You don't feel this decline in the beginning, but slowly your erections weaken, the force of your ejaculation diminishes, the volume shrinks, and with it, your confidence. The prostate is a small gland, but when it stagnates, everything around it suffers. Inflammation builds, fluid backs up, and your release feels emptier, weaker. NIH studies show that low levels of zinc and selenium, two minerals most older men are deficient in, can drop semen production by more than 20%. That's not just numbers on paper. That's the difference between feeling like your body responds fully or feeling like your body has forgotten how. This enemy doesn't stop with biology. It feeds on your daily habits. Too much sitting slows circulation to your pelvic floor, and your prostate becomes sluggish. Chronic stress pumps cortisol through your body, which lowers testosterone and shrinks ejaculatory volume even further. A poor diet filled with processed foods increases inflammation, choking your vessels from the inside. All of this happens slowly, invisibly, until the day you realize intimacy no longer feels the same. Picture it clearly: blood struggling to move through narrow vessels, oxygen failing to reach your prostate, fluid production reduced to a trickle. It strangles the very life out of your erections. It robs you of your ejaculatory volume, and you never hear it coming. That's why it's so dangerous. There's no warning light, no alarm bell, just a slow erosion of your manhood, piece by piece. Most men don't realize it until their intimacy collapses, until masturbation feels hollow, until their partner notices something is missing. By then, the damage feels permanent. But it doesn't have to be permanent. Endothelial dysfunction and prostate stagnation are silent, yes, but not unstoppable. Science has shown you can reverse their grip. The first step is recognizing that this enemy is real and that it's been stealing from you long enough. The good news is that your body is not beyond repair. There are simple, natural steps you can take starting today that directly target the loss you've been feeling. And they're backed by science, not empty promises. 5 effective ways, proven to increase ejaculatory volume, strengthen erections, and bring satisfaction back to your intimacy. The first step is hydration with electrolytes. Most men over 60 walk around dehydrated without realizing it. Seminal fluid is nearly 90% water, which means even mild dehydration leaves your release weaker and thinner. NIH studies show that proper hydration can increase semen volume measurably within weeks. Aim for 2 to 2.5 liters of water daily, adding electrolytes to restore sodium, potassium, and magnesium. When your cells are hydrated, your prostate and seminal vesicles have the raw material to produce more fluid. The second step is eating zinc-rich foods. Zinc is the backbone of male sexual health. Without it, your body struggles to produce testosterone and seminal fluid. Harvard research confirms that zinc deficiency reduces semen production, lowering both volume and sperm quality. Oysters, pumpkin seeds, and lean beef are some of the richest sources. Just a handful of pumpkin seeds daily can cover nearly 20% of your zinc needs. With consistent intake, you restore the mineral balance your prostate depends on to increase ejaculatory volume. The second step is eating zinc-rich foods. Zinc is the backbone of male sexual health. Without it, your body struggles to produce testosterone and seminal fluid. Harvard research confirms that zinc deficiency reduces semen production, lowering both volume and sperm quality. Oysters, pumpkin seeds, and lean beef are some of the richest sources. Just a handful of pumpkin seeds daily can cover nearly 20% of your zinc needs. With consistent intake, you restore the mineral balance your prostate depends on to increase ejaculatory volume. The third step is selenium from Brazil nuts. Selenium is a trace mineral most men never think about, but your semen production cannot function without it. The Journal of Nutrition reported in 2016 that one Brazil nut a day can restore selenium levels and significantly increase sperm count and semen volume in older men. You don't need supplements or complicated regimens. One nut once a day is enough to give your prostate and seminal vesicles what they've been starving for. The fourth step is Kegel exercises for your prostate. You've heard of them for women, but men need them just as much. Kegels strengthen the pelvic floor muscles that control ejaculation. Mayo Clinic guidance shows that just 2 minutes a day can increase the force and control of ejaculation while improving bladder and prostate health. You simply contract the muscles you use to stop urination midstream, hold for 5 seconds, release, and repeat. Stronger muscles mean more pressure behind your release, boosting both the sensation and the volume. The fifth step is managing your ejaculation frequency. The Journal of Sexual Medicine explains that your body needs time to replenish seminal fluid. Ejaculating daily, especially through masturbation without recovery, drains your seminal vesicles before they can refill. Waiting 48 to 72 hours between ejaculations allows your body to rebuild volume. That space can make the difference between a weak, unsatisfying release and one that feels full and powerful. These 5 steps are simple, but together they create a foundation. Hydrate your body, feed it zinc and selenium, strengthen your prostate, and respect your recovery cycle. This is how you naturally increase ejaculatory volume. And this is how you take back the part of yourself you thought was gone forever. By day 14, the changes are harder to ignore. During masturbation, the release feels thicker, fuller, more satisfying. This isn't just imagination. Your prostate and seminal vesicles are replenishing fluid more efficiently. Harvard research confirms that zinc supplementation increases sperm and semen volume within 3 to 4 weeks, which means by this point your body is already rebuilding from the inside out. You notice it in your hands, in your sheets, in the way your confidence stirs. Even when you're alone, the experience of climax feels richer, more complete. By day 30, the results speak for themselves. Your ejaculatory volume has clearly increased. You see it, you feel it, and you sense the shift in how your partner looks at you, or in how you carry yourself through the day. Intimacy no longer feels like a memory, it feels alive again. Your erections are stronger, your release has force and weight behind it, and your penis no longer feels like it's betraying you. Instead, it feels like a trusted part of your manhood once more. John, the patient I told you about earlier, said it best. "Doc, I feel like I'm 40 again." My wife noticed, and so did I. His words weren't about vanity. They were about dignity. They were about knowing that age didn't mean the end of intimacy, the end of erections, or the end of feeling like a man who could still satisfy and be satisfied. And the science backs it up. Proper hydration builds volume within a week. Zinc and selenium begin improving seminal fluid within a month. Kegel exercises strengthen your pelvic floor in just weeks, boosting the force of ejaculation. The Journal of Sexual Medicine has shown that adjusting ejaculation frequency allows your body to replenish seminal fluid in as little as 48 hours. The biggest mistake men over 60 make when trying to increase ejaculatory volume is turning to porn and excessive masturbation without giving their body time to recover. At first, it feels like a release, but what's really happening is that you're draining your seminal vesicles before they've had a chance to refill. Science backs this up. The Journal of Sexual Medicine shows that frequent ejaculation without recovery lowers semen volume, reduces testosterone, and weakens erections. Overstimulation through constant porn use adds another layer of damage by rewiring your brain's reward system, leaving your penis less responsive to real intimacy. You can't increase ejaculatory volume if you're emptying your tank every single day. Your body needs 48 to 72 hours to rebuild fluid and restore force. This isn't about abstinence. It's about balance. Moderation gives your prostate and seminal vesicles the chance to work the way they were designed. And when you allow recovery, you restore not just volume, but your confidence, your control, and your masculinity.